Yo, what's going on? My name is Nona Duncan. I'm the host of this new beautiful podcast that you're tuned into called Ty Talks, where we like to unravel some of life's most daunting ideas. Today I have a very special guest. She's one of my favorite people on earth. Creative genius, a beautiful fashion designer, a fashion model, a fashion icon. I could go on and on and on and on. But you guys will see her in just a second. Her name is Nona Maria Duncan. You can find her on Instagram right now at Nona Maria, where you see everything that she creates. As a matter of fact, I got to talk to her about something because she had a page that I haven't seen in a while. But we'll get to that later. We'll get to that. Give a round of applause for my cousin, Nona Maria. I think there's a button on here I can press to clap
I need
and stuff,
an applause.
but it's okay. It's okay.
Hey guys,
Nona, how are you today?
I'm great.
Are you really? You know, people just be saying
No,
that.
I
just to
really
say
woke
that.
up in a great mood today.
That is beautiful. You have been a bright light ever since you walked inside of here.
I don't know why I'm so happy.
Why are you so happy?
I don't know. I was really grateful today. You
Ooh, that's a nice icebreaker. Give me
What?
3 things that make you grateful.
I'm grateful for my family, my friends, because I realize a lot of people do not have good friends. And I have 2 excellent, I have more, but like my main 2, they make me want to cry. I just love them so much. And a third reason, I guess I'm breathing.
You guess you're breathing.
Yeah,
That's the fundamental of all life.
guess that's the thing to be grateful for.
Let me not get too deep so far.
Yeah.
Should I name what I'm grateful for?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. What am I grateful for? When people ask me that question, I like to say I'm grateful that yesterday does not define who I am today.
Amen. Sometimes I feel like it does though.
I mean, it does partially. We'll jump into that a little bit, but I won't get too far in depth for it. What else am I grateful for? I'm grateful for my family for sure. I love y'all, man. My family is the reason that I keep going. Family is just beautiful. And then last but not least, what am I grateful for? I'm grateful to have an inquiring mind, to want to know more.
Amen. That's so great.
But it also, it's very stressful.
I feel that same way.
Let's hop into what we're supposed to talk about today. Do you remember what we're supposed to talk about? Yes, it's the first one, girl. Dang.
Yes, okay. I didn't know. I forgot the question though.
You forgot the question. Oh my
Wait,
gosh.
we
Let me
gonna
give
do
y'all
an
a layout.
icebreaker.
That was the icebreaker.
Oh, I forgot that fast. Sorry.
So Ty Talks, like I said, it's where we come and we unravel some of life's most daunting ideas. Some of them may be extremely daunting. Some of them may be like, I just never really thought about it like that. And it's really just an opportunity for me to run my mouth because that's what I like to do.
Same.
And Nona like to listen to me run my mouth sometimes. And she asks good questions. So that's why she's here. But anyways, the first question was supposed to be
Wait, you should break down what daunting means.
daunting.
You should pull up the definition.
I'm going to get a dictionary in the future to put up here.
Look, and you're going to look through that dictionary.
You know, I be telling people all the time, like, Google it. What does that mean? All right.
It's going to take so long.
Daunting or daunt. To make someone feel intimidated or apprehensive.
Oh.
Without having been made fearful or apprehensive. Seeming difficult to deal with, in anticipation, intimidating. So it's really just another word for intimidating. You know, sometimes we be having these thoughts that we don't really want to go down the line to like unravel. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like, you know, I like to speak in parables, parallels, whatever you want to call it. But I like to think of like a ball of yarn.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pull it out until it's all the way loose.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of yarn, figuratively, since, you know, you be doing that stuff sometimes. But yeah, it's like a ball of yarn. You want to pull it out. Some people are scared to pull the yarn because they don't want to see how long it is.
Yeah.
Me,
I'm not.
I'm like, I'm trying to get to the bottom of this.
Literally.
So that's what we doing on this show.
Amen.
Talk about life's most daunting ideas. And the first question was, let me see if I read it down somewhere. Provocative. The question is, why do we wait so long to do the things that we know we need to do?
I know why I wait. I did that with posting my flyer. I was supposed to post that. What did I say? Like January 1st.
So the question is, today is February something. Why did you wait so long?
I waited so long because I was scared and I was nervous.
And that's the answer right there, I think.
It's like that anticipation, like, it's just like you don't know what's going to happen.
So the obvious answer is, why do we wait so long to do the things that we know we need to do? It's because of fear.
Yeah.
But what is really that scary?
Everything is that scary. Trying something new is scary.
Is it?
You don't think so?
It's exciting.
I'll be scared. Because you don't know what's going to happen. I'm one of the people, I need to know what's about to happen. I need every detail. I need to know who's going to be there. I need all that. So I can't, to not know, I'm stressed.
Don't that take some of the excitement out of life out, though?
Absolutely. No, it does not. On certain things. With this, I would just like to know it ends well.
How would you know that it ends well if you don't begin?
Yeah, that's why I need to have a dream every time I'm planning on doing something to know if it's going to go well.
I think that's the question that we need to ask ourselves a lot of times. Because I think fear is our subconscious default. So it's like we're immediately going to the thought of being scared or being fearful of something.
Yeah.
And we'll choose fear over faith. So it's like, I don't want to go there because it's scary. It may not be right. There may be a monster down that dark alley. Or there may be gold down that dark alley. Why do we choose subconsciously to first go against that thought of the monster being down the dark alley instead of gold or something like that?
That's so funny. I was thinking to myself the other day, because I feel like a reason for that is people around you, if you tell them your goal or what you want to do, they immediately, almost immediately put their fears into you. So I was like, yes, in my head I was like, yes, bad things can happen, but good things can happen too. And that's something I've been trying to put in my brain. It's been only a few days, so I'm struggling. But I just thought of that.
You know, people like to project their fears, and that's like it's a domino effect, right? So like somebody will project their fears on you, right, and then you take that and you project your fears on somebody else, and then just the dominoes keep falling until one domino is strong enough to say, you're not about to son me.
Facts.
You're not about to control me.
That's why I be trying to encourage people more than I tell them. I think people try to their reality the whole time be negative. Like,
unravel it, girl. Unravel it.
Cause now I'm mad. I thought about something. People always want to do that reality check thing, but it's always negative, and I just don't feel like that's necessary all the time. Like, I feel like each and every person already considered what could go wrong, so why not just encourage the next person or tell them they can do it?
Right. It's strange. We will immediately go into telling somebody what they're doing wrong instead of encouraging them to continue to try to gain the strength so they can do right.
Exactly.
It's important to do wrong because we learn from doing wrong.
Exactly.
When a child is learning how to walk, they don't learn how to walk the first time that they get up, unless you're a superhero child. But even then, it's like when a child is learning how to walk, and we need to learn how to have the grace that we have for children with everybody else, because everybody else is just grown adults. Or let me rephrase that. Let me say that the right way. We need to learn how to have the grace that we have with children with everybody else, because everybody else are really big kids.
I say that all the time.
Yeah. It's
we all doing this for the first time, for real.
The first time. This is my first time being 25 on February 12th, 2024.
Ooh.
And I think I don't know where we lose it, because we encourage children. Most people do all the time. Oh, you fell, it's okay, get back up.
Only when they babies, though.
Only when they babies.
Once they start getting in elementary school, 2nd, 3rd grade, then
it's not cute no more.
Exactly.
But I think that if you continue to put that encouragement into someone who is trying, that helps them, one, continue to try. And through trying, of course, we learn. And through learning, of course, we do. And through doing, we change the world. So why not encourage somebody at the beginning to try so they can learn, so they can do?
Exactly. I just thought of, why don't we, instead of making the bad seem or what we think is bad, make it seem so bad, I think we should start encourage. Here we go, I can't articulate it. But stop scaring people from the bad. It's going to happen. I think we should embrace it and teach people just how to maneuver from it.
Absolutely.
Like, of course, like let's say with the fashion show, it's going to be good. Okay, this is just an example. I have to make sure I put that out there. If it were to go not how I expected or not well, it shouldn't be like, of course I'm going to be disappointed, but everybody around me shouldn't make it seem like it's the end of the world.
Absolutely.
Like, it should be an encouragement of, okay, now you learn. What you going to do for the next one? How you going to make the next one better?
Or let me play devil's advocate, as Tyrus likes to do.
Oh, Lord.
Maybe it's going to be terrible.
It's not.
But if it is, then what?
I'm going to be sad, but I'm going to figure it out.
Exactly. That's what if y'all watching from outside here, please give Nona
It's gonna
a
be
round
great,
of applause.
though.
It's going to
Okay?
be great. Yeah. And that's just the power of belief. And I don't think we understand how much what we tell each other conflicts or controls how much we believe inside of our minds.
No, oh my God. No, me and my best friend were just talking about that. It was on a different topic, but it was kind of like in general. I feel like a lot of our fear comes from what other people are going to think.
Absolutely.
Like, that's really what it's rooted in. I don't feel like, well, of course we have a slight amount of fear, but a lot of it is based on how other people are going to perceive it, how other people are going to think, like all that.
Yeah,
That's
but
terrible.
Even again, back to the point of us learning to have the grace, or us learning to give the grace that we give to children to everybody else, because everybody else are just big little kids.
Facts.
You must learn that if a child is falling continuously, you're not gonna do nothing to that child but say, "Hey, get up. You can try again." But that's also because the child has set in their mind. Yes, children do set things in their minds. Child has set in their mind like, "Hey, I have to learn how to walk." Yeah. And why have they set that in their mind? Because somebody else told them to.
Yeah.
And even if they didn't comprehend the words, they knew that they weren't performing in a way that they're capable of performing in. So imagine being a baby, looking around at everybody else, walking and everything, and you've been carried. Sooner or later, you're going to be like, wait a minute. Mama walking. Daddy walking. My brothers, they walking. My sisters, it's time for me to walk.
Right.
And that's why it is important for all of us to, one, encourage each other, one, to try our best to do the best that we can, because why not? And by you doing the best that you can, you literally enable somebody else to believe in that they can do the best that they can as well. And if y'all don't know one thing about Tyrus, man, I'm in the business of encouraging, educating, and inspiring people. I always say my life mission statement is to educate, inspire, and influence an individual to become the best that they can be on this journey of life. So if you want that, you want the education, you want to be inspired, you want to be influenced, you are tapped into the right conversation, the right podcast. I'm trying to let you know what she said, period.
I second that.
But to the point, what I'm saying is we got to learn how to give each other grace. We got to learn how to encourage each other to be the best that we can be, because we all on this earth together anyways.
Literally.
And if we're not doing that, what are we doing? Like, what are we talking about for real?
Life be without each other.
What would life be without each other? Don't try to go into that subject just now. Back to the main point of why we wait.
Today's Wednesday.
Why we wait so long to do the things that we know are necessary. I know for me, it's definitely fear. Definitely fear. And I think that's what it is for most people. As well as ignorance. Maybe if we're being genuine and we're really telling the truth with ourselves, a lot of us will run away from doing something because we're not totally sure how to do it.
Yeah.
Without understanding that sometimes the best way to learn is through trial.
I be hating that, though. I just want to know how to do it immediately. But I guess that's the perfectionism in me. Perfectionist.
And it's not bad to strive to be perfect, to strive to make something
But sometimes
great.
it is, though.
Only if you don't have action attached to it.
No, I think, no, it was bad for me. Because if I mess up, then I feel like I'm the worst person in the world. Not as much anymore. This was like a few years ago. I'm the worst person in the world. Like, I can't do nothing. Like, it's immediately that. So it wasn't good for me.
Did you learn how to give yourself grace? Or clearly you did.
A little bit, but not really. Like, it's, I don't feel like I've done enough to know if I actually got over that. But,
How did you learn how to continue?
I mean, I wake up every day breathing, so I got to. Every day I wake up, I got to keep trying.
And it's like, why not? Right? So it's like, I'm alive. I have another opportunity to live. Why not try my best to do my best?
Exactly.
Hey, that's a bar.
Even though I be feeling every week, but I come up with my weekly goals. I feel every week, though.
Yeah, I think that's an affirmation that we need to learn how to tell ourselves. Like, why not try my best to do my best?
Yeah, even if you fail.
Even if you fail, because through failing we learn. You know, a lot of people, I don't believe in L's, I don't believe in losses. I 100% believe in losses.
I do.
Because if you think about it, the Kansas City Chiefs, they won the championship yesterday, right? You don't know that much about football.
I don't.
So they was having a very hard season. It wasn't the greatest. They weren't even the number one seed. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I don't think they was the number one seed. Throughout the season, they definitely had some losses. They definitely had some L's. Even throughout last night, they definitely had some L's. But you can look at an L as a loss and a lesson. A lot of people, I don't believe in losses. I believe in lessons. Sometimes you find the lesson through the loss.
Yeah.
So you have to look at the fact that you lost.
You wouldn't have one without the other.
How else are you going to learn? So it's like, I lost, so I've learned through me losing that I have the opportunity to do something better. So I'm going to take this L, I'm going to readjust, look at the things that I need to do next to make sure that I come out on top.
Yeah.
So even through that, they won the Super Bowl last night.
Shout out to y'all.
And if they would have gave up and said, well, I lost, we suck.
Sometimes that be my problem. I'm going to quit before I finish because I feel like I'm about to lose, and I don't want to lose.
That's the worst thing we can do.
I know.
It's giving up, because why?
Exactly. That's what I be telling myself.
That's what I be telling myself.
This fashion show is the first thing. Well, it's not like, I guess it'll be the first thing that I see, like an idea come to life. So I feel like it'll be really good for me.
That's fire.
But this is my trying. This is my keeping going type thing.
I'm definitely very proud of you.
I keep talking about it because I'm stressed.
As you should, but even you're still doing though.
Well, I'm nervous. I'm not stressed.
You can be nervous, but you're still doing. And I think I know if you do through the nerves, there's only one or two options that can happen through this. It's either it's a great success or it's a great failure. And even depending on your perspective, a great failure could also be a great success. Because like we just talked about, even through your loss, you can learn.
That's true.
So even through it being a failure, which I'm sure it won't be because you put in a lot of practice and dedication, but let's play that game that it does fail and it's not a huge success as you hope, you learn.
Yeah.
And the only thing you can do then after you learn is take the things that you learn and apply it for next time. Because the worst thing that anybody can do is give up. That's the only way you don't get to where you want to get to.
I know, that's crazy.
It is very crazy, but it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It's like, let me paint a picture for you. I have a destination that I'm going to. And on this destination, let me paint the picture even more vivid. I'm planning on driving to Florida. I get on the highway. I hit a pothole. My tire gets blown out of proportion or whatever. I could either sit there and say, man, my tire is blown. I'm just going to sit here and accept my defeat and never make it to Florida. But if you really want to go to Florida, you're going to be like, okay, what I need to do to get this tire changed? Okay, I got to go here. They're going to change my tire, and then I'm back on the road. Then you get back on the road, and you get stuck in traffic. Traffic sucks. What are you going to do, turn around? Or are you going to sit there and wait? And then traffic finally decimates, and you start driving again, and you just get bored. You're like, I don't even want to go no more. I'm tired. You have this great option that you can do. Or two options, I'll put it like that. You have two options you can do. You can either keep going to Florida because you know that the journey will be worth the trip, or you can turn around and go back home. The choice is yours. So it's like, are you going to go to Florida because that's what you set your mind to do?
Right.
Or are you going to turn around and go back home with the story of, oh, man, all this went wrong, this went wrong, this went wrong, so I'm back here. Stuff is going to go wrong regardless.
That's literally, oh, my God, you was literally, like, planned out the whole, journey to do this fashion show. Because when I figured out, when not being able to charge, I almost said, fuck it. Like, I'm about to, can I cuss on here?
Say what you want.
I mean, I almost said forget it, and I wasn't going to do it. But, yeah, I was going to quit. But the next day, I was like, nah, I'm going to keep going. But it does feel like I'm about to do all this work for no reason. But you just got to keep going.
And, you know, people say everything happens for a reason. I don't really subscribe to that thought. But
Why? Never mind. We already had this conversation.
I mean, we can go down that path.
I believe everything happens for a reason.
I believe that everything that happens, you can find a reason for it happening, but I don't believe that everything happens for a reason.
Really?
I'm serious.
I don't believe in that.
To say that, I was thinking about this after therapy too, because we had a conversation today. Mm-hmm. But to say, in my head, to say that everything happens for a reason is to say that the world is the best that it could be right now. I don't believe that.
I just think it's
I believe that like there's a lot of things that could be better right now, but they're not. And I think that is the fault of us not taking accountability, not taking responsibility, not taking initiative to do the things that we know we need to do to make the world better. And if we just subscribe to the idea that, oh, everything happens for a reason, that's just to accept that things are just going to happen. And why do anything then? Because everything's just going to happen as it should.
I guess, but I still believe. I mean, it's a good point. But I still believe.
If you want to believe that, I'm all for it. Like I said, I don't try to put my beliefs on nobody. I just say I don't believe it.
I guess I look at it in a smaller way. So, like, if you meet somebody and it end up being a great relationship, you don't think that happened for a reason?
No. What? Time and chance happens to us all.
So you believe in luck?
Not necessarily luck. I believe in time and chance, which I guess you can call luck, but time and chance happens to us all. No, it's not luck, because luck would be this person met this person and now something good is going to come out of it regardless. Sometimes you can meet what could be the greatest person in your life, but if you don't make the worthy steps to making and cultivating that relationship to make it good, what really happened? Nothing. So I think that we have.
But I feel like it happens for a reason though, because in that you learn more about yourself. You learn.
Do you? You may learn, but not everybody.
Okay, but then it wasn't for them; it was for you.
Exactly. So that's my point.
Everything happens for a reason.
Some things do happen for a reason.
Everything does.
So I don't want to get this descriptive, but I get this descriptive. The person who gets murdered at the age of
because now stop.
Why?
Because I don't know. I be confused about that too.
You said everything.
It happened for a reason.
You said everything. So when we say everything, you know what that means? We talking about everything. So that person who got murdered at 3 years old, that had nothing to do with nothing.
I don't know. Okay,
what was the reason for that? And
I don't know.
That took the family into a deep trauma.
I don't know.
For years.
I be confused. Okay,
but everything is.
I guess everything doesn't happen for a reason, but a lot of things happen for a reason.
What does everything mean?
Don't do all that. I said I just changed it.
This was a successful win for Tyrus. Next person.
Yeah.
Wait, the next person who wants to have this conversation, my doors are always open. Everything means all things, all the things of a group or class. All things.
I do feel like a lot of things happen for a reason, though.
I would agree.
Like a lot.
Like I said, like the way I broke it down, I think that things do happen, and it's up to you to find the reasoning behind it. Like, you can learn something from everything, but I wouldn't necessarily say everything. Just like, there's not no divine reasoning for everything.
I think people say that, though, to get peace.
Absolutely. And if you want to get peace out of a lie, by all means, go ahead.
A lie is crazy, though.
It is a lie sometimes.
But that's the only thing that be stumping me up with that is, like, the evil that happens in the world. I just can't get down with that.
Someone falls asleep while they driving. You know what the reason that happened? They didn't get sleep the night before. There's no divine anything above that. This person was just not being smart. A drunk driver hits somebody when they are driving, they kill them. The reason for that was somebody got drunk and they were being irresponsible and started driving drunk.
I guess he's right. Cause one of my classmates died the other day.
It's sad.
R.I.P. man.
And I be trying to find the reasoning behind a lot of that stuff. But I learned the X on the other side of the equation, a lot of times it's a poor choice. And to every action, there is an equal or greater reaction. And I think that we often use the idea everything happens for a reason as a cop-out of taking responsibility for our action or our lack of action committed. It's like your life could be far better than what it is, and you know it. And if you just sit and just say everything happens for a reason, you are doubting your own abilities.
I guess.
You guess.
That makes sense.
Does it make sense? We have an agreement there.
Yes.
Hey, does it take you down that long?
A lot of things happen for a reason, though, guys. Okay.
They just never learn. No, I get what you're saying. Things do happen, but you better find the reason.
Sometimes I can't find the reason. Some things I'd be confused.
So what do you do then?
Keep asking, because I need to know.
Do you?
I still ain't got a response.
What's the point of keeping asking that?
Because I need to know.
Why do you need to know?
Because it feel like a waste of my time.
You talking about to humans or to God or to everything?
Who do I ask the question to?
Uh-huh.
To God.
That's a. What do you do when you ask those questions to God and you don't get a response?
I get upset because it's like, God, you know I like to have conversations. So it's just like, why don't you just come sit on my bed and talk to me?
Speaking of that.
Or make it so clear, like don't make me get hurt or nothing, but make it so clear that I don't have to question it. So really, which all you need to do is just come and talk to me. It don't be feeling like God's there sometimes.
I definitely feel that. And I get in those moments, probably the moment now, to where I'd be like,
okay, like where you at? But you know what I did told myself today? I just look at all the good things in my life, and that's how I know he's still there. Like just I don't know. I've been on a gratitude little thing today. Just the simple fact that my friends, like they're Naya, the fact that they're like so amazing to me, I feel like that's God's way of speaking to me. Like he got me. So it just be emotions when I feel alone or when I feel like God's not listening or he's not there. But
I think we must learn to find God in the details.
Facts. Even in the things that we consider small, that's not really small.
Because nothing is ever really small. A picture is only made up of thousands of strokes.
Yeah.
It's like, if you think that you're not seeing the bigger picture, maybe you should take a step back. And then maybe it's right there.
Facts. That's so true.
And I think we often overlook the details because we want to see the bigger picture without realizing that the bigger picture is only full of details. So it's like,
that's really good.
If you want to, it's like you want to read a book, right?
Yeah.
Read the first page and read the last page. You missed the whole story.
Yeah. Okay, now that makes sense. So now I don't have to know what happens.
Or maybe it's all a part of, this is page 37 of a 500-page book.
Because you really just put it into perspective for me. Because I like reading. So oh my gosh. I should just look at life like a book.
Maybe we should. No, literally. I got all these books laying around here that I don't read. But to that point, I think a lot of times we'll want to read the first page and the last page, or want to read the first page, or we've already read the first page.
Yeah.
And now we want to know what the last page says. Go read the last page. You missed the whole story, and you wonder what happens. It's like you ever watched a movie and you saw the beginning, and then you fell asleep and woke up in the end, and you looking at the TV, you like, what in the world happened? Where is so-and-so? He died? How did he die? And now you just got more questions than you got answers. So it's like, instead of us wanting to know what the last page looks like, maybe we should enjoy the pages in the middle.
Wow. See, you just really helped me today. Because the excitement that I have to finish a book is crazy. And I should really think about that with life.
Yeah.
That's another gem to add in my pocket.
So instead of looking at the overall, or even worse, just the cover, this is exactly how the book is going to be.
No.
And maybe it is, maybe it's not.
No. This one book fooled me. I thought I was about to get a cute little love
Shameless
story.
plug, what is it? You talking about that Bell Hooks book?
No, I'm talking about Butterflies by, or it might just be Butterflies, a series by Ashley Antoinette. Y'all, I was in for a ride.
Trauma.
I'm stressed. I'm on book 4. But that's wow. That really put it into perspective for me.
And I think we'll look at a cover and be like, oh, this is beautiful. This is going to be a beautiful story. And you open up and you be like, you stressed.
I said, I'm about to quit reading
At
this
what cost?
book.
So I think we need to learn not just chapter by chapter, not just page by page, not just line by line, but word by word.
Word by word.
You can get letter by letter.
Yeah.
You take one letter out of a word, you got a whole different word. Put that letter back in it, you got a whole different word again. So it's like maybe we need to learn, and this applies to life too, right? It's like maybe that day to where we feel as if it's just another day, another gray day. Maybe not look at it like it's just another day, but it's another stroke of a paintbrush painting the Mona Lisa. Or maybe it's just another key change in that song that you love.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the next chapter of the book that you're reading that you've read before, but you know the end and you know that you love it. And the only reason you know that you love it is because you read every chapter. And you didn't skip this chapter to get to the next chapter, to get to the next chapter. But it's because you read every chapter together. And get this, that was not every chapter together. That was every chapter together with the highs, with the lows, with the in-betweens,
Wow,
with all of it together. Because all of it together is what makes the story beautiful.
This is going to make me cry.
It's going to make me cry too. We can cry together.
True.
But it is true because we be getting these hard days, right? And this is real. It's really.
It's literally okay.
It's okay. It's like maybe this day is hard because we need to be reminded. The great philosopher, I always say this, the great philosopher Curtis Jackson once said, sunny days wouldn't feel so special if it wasn't for rain.
And that's so true.
And that is true. And sometimes I think when the rain comes, we're so quick, so anxious to be like, dang, it's raining. Without really stopping and saying, wow, it's raining. So that gives the crops a chance to grow.
Literally, we're just being watered so we can bloom, guys.
We're being watered so we can grow. And the necessity of rain for a plant to grow is just as special as the necessity of the sun. So we cannot neglect the rain on those days that we wish the sun were out.
Wow. You dropping gems, man.
But I be needing that, though. Because I be having these low, and I could keep saying low. I be having these low moments. But one message that I always quote, and I'm always reminding myself, don't be so caught up so far in the future that you miss the beauty of right now.
Ooh. Now that's something I be worried about. I be so worried about what's happening in 4 months from now and not
Get
where
this.
I am in this moment.
Who cares?
Right.
You might not make it there.
Exactly. I want to make it.
And that's an interesting thought. It's like, why? I wonder how different life would look if we actually lived every day as if this was the last day.
But you know, we say that all the time.
But we still don't do it.
Exactly.
Idiots.
And when people die, we'll be saying, we got to appreciate life. No. We still don't do it.
Still don't do it.
But that's probably why the bad times got to come, because all the other stuff, it got to keep coming. Because we need to be reminded all the time on what's really important.
And what really is important?
The people.
The people.
Our family, who you're around, who you interact with, who you encounter. That's the most important part.
And we literally be forgetting that.
Literally. That's
What is
why
wrong
I
with us?
love talking to people.
Me too.
What you mean?
And I even like talking to mean people. But if you don't want to listen to me talk, I have some news for you. I don't want to talk to you. So keep it moving.
If you guys want to talk, I'm always open. I have so much to say all the time. Okay?
Literally, I do too. I just love to talk.
Me too.
And I always talk about like when discovering our passions. I always tell people because they be like, I have a hard time figuring out what my passion is. I'm like, what do you do when it feel like time doesn't exist? This is a note for y'all watching. Y'all want to figure out your passion? Ask yourself that question. What is my passion? What do you do when it feels like time does not exist? And that has a pretty good chance of being your passion.
That'd be a good thing to write in your journal too.
Very good thing to actually sit down and like create a list of the things that you do when it feels like time doesn't exist.
Even though I already know, but I just want to do it.
What is it for you?
I love creating. I love spending time with people I love, or meeting new people, and it's like a cool conversation. I love that. That makes life feel like it's worth living. Reading a book, watching a movie, or a show.
Now let me ask you: do you do those things often?
Yes, every day.
That's good.
Yeah,
I would say I don't. I know for me, like the things that my top thing that I think for me that feels like time doesn't exist is having these type of conversations.
So do it more.
I do need to do it more. I don't do it enough.
Yo, I'll be on Tyrus's.
She be on me. That's why I love Nona so much.
This is why we're here today, actually.
Listen. Y'all learn the backstory, probably. Me and Nona are like second, third cousins, fourth cousin, third.
Wait.
Our dads are first cousins.
So you would be my dad, so third. Yeah.
Your third cousin.
Yeah.
So it's like, we met like, for real, in our adult life 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago?
2022. Wow, no, it really is about to be 2 years ago because we was at Darian's house at the beginning of the year.
April.
Wow, what time flies. That was a good time.
2 years ago.
I wish I could drag never mind.
I met her 2 years ago, and she immediately was one of my favorite cousins, like to the top of the chain. I got like 200.
It's a good 6,000 of everybody. It's a lot of us.
And we immediately just, when you just click with somebody and it's like, dang, that's my dog. That's what happened.
Do not get me emotional.
Stop it. For real.
Oh.
But yeah, to that point, I think we do need to find time to do the things that we love more.
Not find time, make time.
Can we really make time though?
Look at your screen time. That'll tell you.
My screen time is terrible.
I look at my screen time every week.
All right, another journal entry for you. The first one was, what was it? The first one was figuring out your passions.
Creating a list of things you do. What'd you say?
Figuring out your passions. Make a list of the things that you do when it feels like time doesn't exist. Number 2, what are the things that you do where it feels like time takes forever or like it's dragging? Most of the time, it's like an addiction or something.
Yeah.
It's like for me, I'll be very vulnerable. I'm addicted to my phone.
Me too.
Social media, Instagram, Twitter, mainly those two. I just be on there scrolling away, looking at people's lives that I really don't care about.
Okay.
It just be filling the void.
It's just, to me, it ain't feeling nothing for me. It's just I'm just used to scrolling. Something I'm trying to stop doing when I wake up in the morning, there's no reason I should pick up my phone.
Not at all.
I didn't miss nothing. I don't got a text message, so I don't even know why I pick it up.
And it hit me today. I was on my phone when I shouldn't have been. And I was like, is this stuff, none of this is even that important. And I put it down, and I was like, I'm not missing nothing. And it helped me actually. I started enjoying
No, if you try this, this is a goal that I've been trying to reach, and I haven't since 2020. When COVID first happened, I got my screen time down to 10 minutes. And I've been trying to reach that, and I can't. But if you put your phone...
10 minutes a day?
That was my weekly report. It said 10 minutes. But if you put your phone in another room and go, like, okay, you put in your room, you go in the living room and do all your passions or whatever is interesting to you, it'll help a lot. I just ain't been doing it. Even I swear somebody want to talk to me and they don't. But, yeah.
Why do you think you're addicted to your phone?
It's just out of habit, I think, because I'm really not looking at nothing. Mm-hmm. I'm not looking at nothing.
I mean, you are subconsciously or consciously. You're looking at something, and
a whole lot of foolishness.
I think we be feeding ourselves certain stuff that we probably don't need to be feeding ourselves.
For sure. That's why I be trying to work on my my For You page and make it like positive stuff or art. But dumb stuff always come up.
My For You page is full of Jordan Peterson, Kanye West.
Who's Jordan Peterson?
Jordan Peterson. You don't know Jordan Peterson?
No. Are they black?
Do y'all know Jordan Peterson? You gotta know Jordan Peterson.
Is he black?
Oh, he's not black.
Then I definitely.
His book is right there. 12 Rules for Life. I ain't read it.
That's a really big book.
Yeah, I ain't read it.
I wouldn't read it.
I read like the first chapter. Jordan Peterson, once I meet you, he's talking about these lobsters, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm not about to keep reading this. I'm sorry. I learned a lot from him by watching his podcast and watching his interviews and a lot of his lectures. He was a lecturer at Harvard and a school in Canada. He's a very great thinker, very great philosopher. I've learned a lot from him.
That's good.
One of my major inspirations.
I don't know a lot of philosophers.
You don't know a lot of, you know me.
Okay, well, I know Tyrus. That's it.
One day they'll call me Dr. Tyrus P. Duncan, like Dr. Jordan B. Peterson. That's what's
absolutely.
Back to the first question we asked. I think we had a great conversation about.
But, that's another thing. To tie it back into our whole topic, to procrastinate. That's why I be on my phone.
Absolutely. We be looking for the answers.
I need an excuse or not a reason not to do what I need to do.
So what reminds you to do the things that you need to do?
Remind me? another year passing by and ain't nothing happened.
Let's
I need
let's
to
make
dial it
a
back
let's
down.
make a quick list in closing of things that people can do to get them out of that mindset of not doing the things that they know that they need to do. So number one, let's say to be very clear about what it is that you know that you need to do and why you need to do it.
But that don't work for me.
Why?
Because I don't think my why be strong enough. It's like, okay, for instance, let me use work. I know we were closing up. But although I need money to pay my car note, if I'm always going to, like if I, and gas and food, but it just don't be strong enough. Like it's not going to push me to go to work every week. I mean, every time. Like I might call in because, ooh, I'm tired. Or like I feel like cleaning my room today.
That's pathetic.
I know that's bad, but it's like sometimes my why is not strong enough.
You got to strengthen that why.
So I need a different list. I can only make a list for me.
So that's number one. Make sure you have a strong why. Strengthen that why. One of the great philosophers, I learned this from Jordan Peterson. He said, a great enough why can bear almost any how. I
pay my car note. I'm just saying.
So do you want a car?
Absolutely.
That's the why.
But you know what it is though?
What is it?
I think I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. I'm not ready to admit that. Never mind. Sorry.
No, admit that.
No, I'll admit it later off camera. Sorry.
Provocative. So have a strong enough why, and know why you need to do the things that you know that you need to do. And know this: everything that you do directly and or indirectly affects everybody else around you. So you not being obedient to what you need to do is literally causing somebody else not to be able to do what they need to do.
That just fixed it for me. That just fixed it. Because I literally said if I have someone to do it for, I'll do it.
And you do. And if you don't, you better sit down and think about it.
Whether
it be yourself. My brother Demond Hicks always remind me, he'd be like, you the one who taught me this quote. I'd be like, bro. But the quote is, one, it's really two-parted. Do it for the one is half of it. So do it for the one. Mm-hmm. And then two, because a lot of people always got something to say. I don't have one. If you can't find the one, be the one. And if you can't be the one, maybe it's not for you. Maybe you need to go do something else. Be for real. Be honest with yourself. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting everybody else's time too. Stop wasting everybody's time that you calling talking about, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. No, you're not. And this is also for myself because I know you be tired of me.
I can make a whole hour long.
All right, stop. Cut that immediately. This ain't about me.
Whole hour long video. Why he irritate me?
He's
a hypocrite.
I am very much so.
Y'all know.
Listen, like I told my mom, she's like, you're always inspiring people, but I very rarely see you happy or anything like that.
Talk about it.
And I said, Mama, the same one who wrote Ecclesiastes is the same one who wrote Proverbs.
Okay, we can keep doing the comparison and the trying to make what you do sound right or be right.
No, I never said it was right.
No more.
It's not right. It's wrong.
Or make it seem normal.
I will admit in front of you today, I need to get it together.
Thank you. Now get it together then.
It's my fault for once. I take responsibility. Okay? Shout out Drake. But it is my fault. I need to take accountability for my own life because nobody else is going to do it. In closing, nobody is coming to save you. So with that being said, stop. Wait. Oh, Lord, here she goes.
God will send you people, guys. But you got to be doing the work. Okay?
You do.
I just don't want people to feel like they're going to be alone. God will send you people, but you have to be doing what you're supposed to be doing.
And to encourage the people who feel like God not sending the people, David had to tend to the sheep before he was made king. So all the skills that you are gaining while you're doing what it is that you're doing are literally arming you to be able to defeat Goliath. Then it's arming you to be able to be the king over God's chosen nation. And I'm not saying you are literally going to be the king over Israel, but I'm saying and as a parallel, the things that you are going through now, the strengths that you are gaining as you go through these different trials are literally arming you to be strong enough when somebody else comes along to be able to help them bear the weight as they help you bear the weight. So it's like maybe you think that the struggles that you're going through right now is all for nothing.
Yeah.
But if you give up, it really is for nothing.
Facts.
And if you keep going, maybe it's for something.
Somebody.
God.
And sometimes, guys, just open up your eyes. You have plenty of people around you. Even if it's not the people that you want to do it, God has sent you somebody to fill that void. You just got to let it. That was for me. Sorry, I had to say that.
You said that was for you? Yeah. I love it. I love it. She stole that for me, but that's beautiful.
I had to say that for myself really quick.
Oh, really? All right. So I said I was going to give the people a list of
my bad.
Of things to do when they know that they need to do something and they're not doing it. So one, we said, make sure you remember your why. And not only just remember it, but strengthen your why. If you don't think it's strong enough, maybe it's the wrong why. Be honest with yourself. Maybe you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And maybe you don't really need to do it and you need to find something else to do. Have those real conversations with yourself. Just because it look good don't mean it is good. Just because it sound good don't mean it is good. Sometimes what we think good ain't good. Number 2, after you strengthen that why, continue. Just continue. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because if you continue, you will get somewhere. But if you stop, you will get nowhere. So if you want to get somewhere, you must continue.
Keep going.
Last but not least, I'll let Nona close it. Give the people something.
Well, the only thing that comes to my mind, I feel like that's all you need. But to have those moments of like strengthening your why. What was something else you said?
Say strengthen your why.
But you were saying something that made me think of this. Sorry.
Strengthen your why and continue.
But you were saying something in that. Like knowing if you need to continue on or try something different, like pivot and do something different. I think a good way to have a moment of reflection is cut out all noise. I realize a lot of people can't sit in silence, and that's why they can't think straight. No music, no TV, no phone, just you, your thoughts, and your journal. It could be hard, and it could be a lot to work through, but
you can do it.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only thing I got.
And that we talked about that
Moment
too
of
earlier.
reflection.
This is a long conversation, but the point we made earlier about encouraging, like we gotta encourage each other, man. Life is hard. It is hard. It's hard out here, boy. It's hard. But we must encourage each other. We gotta put ourselves in the position of understanding what someone else is going through. It may not be totally up to them, and you may not have the power to control what it is that they do next, but we definitely have the power to encourage one another that tomorrow may be better than today, so don't give up. And also, you made it past all of your hardest days that you ever thought was the hardest day ever. So if it was the hardest day ever and you made it past it, you know what you mean? You know what that means? That you can make it past the next one, you can make it past the next one, and the next one, and the one after that too. So let's encourage each other. Let's tell each other that it's going to be okay. Let's tell each other that we can make it past our hardest trials. And our hardest trials are gaining us strength to help somebody else along the way. Yes. I think this is a fire first episode of Ty Talks, where we like to unravel some of life's most daunting ideas. If you want to be a guest, just let me know, or let Nona know, because she has been, she has, what's the word? Volunteered herself to be the volunteer producer assistant of.
You guys will have snacks. You'll have water if you need to be held like a baby. I'll do that too. It'll be a really good. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, and this is
Whatever
beautiful.
you need.
I'm excited for the journey. Thank you for encouraging me. I'll say it publicly. Thank you for encouraging me.
Anytime.
To buy all of this stuff. She's the one who encouraged me to do this. Because I was sitting in my room being tired, and she called me out of nowhere, as she does sometimes. She's like, boy, you need to get it together. Make sure you get somebody in your life that tell you that. Boy, you need to get it together. Because that's what she did for me.
And roll their eyes and huff and puff and ignore all their excuses.
Ignore when they don't text back, when they don't answer phone calls. You know what I call that? That's love right there.
Yeah.
That is love. Thank you, Nona Maria.
Yeah, nope.
I appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching and tuning in to the first episode of Ty Talks. I'm your host, Nona Duncan. It's been real. Thanks for coming to chill.